So in this video, I'm going to tell you why your struggles isn't a bad thing. Bad things happening to you isn't a bad thing. It's actually the very thing that's forging you and actually giving you life. Now prove it with God's beautiful, most intelligent design to show us. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, so everybody says, most people, and I hope you say it too, most people, what they will say is they want strength, they want destiny, they want purpose, but few aren't ready, or few won't survive being uncomfortable for 5 minutes. It could be the littlest thing, and they're asking God to do all these things for them. They're asking God to help them. See, God helps you, yeah, but He helps you in a way that most don't understand. And I'm going to explain exactly what I mean. But before I say this, I'm going to cut to James 1:3. James 1:3 talks about the specific thing that happens when struggle or uncomfortability come your way. So James 1:3 says, actually, I'll flip to it. Okay, so James 1:3 saying, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Or in other words, the trying of your faith makes perseverance. In other words. And I'm going to connect this to one simple story that I will tell you to help you understand this better. So let me tell you how God designed the butterfly. So, God designed a butterfly. In the beginning, it has a cocoon. Okay. It has a cocoon, and inside the cocoon, it's struggling, it's fighting to break free. But while that happens, a special process happens to its wings. It pumps blood and releases a chemical into its wings. The fighting isn't a punishment. This is how most people think. They think fighting is a punishment. It's not a punishment. It's giving it enough strength so when it comes out, it can fly. But problem is if someone says, go help the butterfly, go open the cocoon, go. So if they go over there, they cut open the cocoon, you know what happens to the butterfly when it gets out? It never flies. It dies because it didn't have that special chemical and the blood pumped into its wings for it to soar and fly. So the butterfly cannot skip the struggle. It has to go through the struggle for it to fly. And God wired it this way on purpose. Because struggle is what gives you life. And it's the same with you. Without that fight that you need, you'll stay weak. Without that trial that you must endure, James 1:3, you'll never soar. Listen, I know I'm a rhymer. It rarely comes out. But it's exactly what I'm saying. So, the point being is, God wired the world. And He shows things through a butterfly. Which is super ironic. But He showed it through a butterfly. And I hope this is making sense. I hope this is giving you knowledge right now. And to be quite honest with you, it's like most of you. You pray for strength, but you skip the gym. And you eat Oreos, and you eat ice cream, and do all this bull crap. You pray for freaking purpose, or destiny, let's say. And you're sitting there, binging on Netflix. And you pray, what's another one? You pray for influence, it's another one. You pray for influence, and you can't influence yourself to do anything. You can't influence yourself to get up, this is what you have to do. You have to get up, move your legs like this, control your brain to move your legs like this, and do the things you're supposed to do. But you can't even do that. It's like asking God for wings, but refusing the cocoon. Refusing to go through the struggle. This is loser mentality. Do you want to be a loser? Do you want to be a winner? Do you want to be a disciple? Do you want to be on the devil's side, or do you want to be on God's side? You have to choose where you'll end up. And to be honest with you, you can't handle pressure in silence. How can you handle being in the spotlight? And if you can't handle trials in your room, how are you expecting to be given kingdoms? God does not give warriors shortcuts. He does not give his followers shortcuts. He forges them in the fire. He doesn't skip the struggle and the perseverance that you must go through to be great, to be a warrior, to be his servant and his greatest servant. And I'm not telling you just to tell you this. It's scripture. Romans 5:3-4. Right? It says, and not only so, but we glory in tribulation also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. So, God's not testing your comfort. He's testing your endurance. How could he test your comfort? You sitting at home. He has to test you personally. He has to test your endurance if you can persevere through the trials. Because if you come to think of it, if you can't push through a trial, why would God trust you with destiny? If you can't handle daily discipline, why would God trust you with nations? The butterfly doesn't get wings without the cocoon. You don't get purpose without the trials. You don't get anything without the things you're supposed to go through. You don't get strength. You don't get character. You don't build perseverance. So stop crying to God. God, please alleviate the pain. God, please no, I don't want to go through struggles. God, please no. You're doing the wrong thing when you go to God, when you're going through struggles, which is going to make you the person you're destined to be. You go to God and you thank Him. You thank Him for the struggles you're going through right now. You ask Him, God, more struggles, more pain. Because the more trials you go through, it builds better character. And it builds you into the disciple or warrior of God you're supposed to be. The person you're meant to be. The trials you're meant to go through. Go through them. Persevere through them. And trust in God while you go through them. Don't blame Him for anything. Because the trials that you're going through has a purpose. Has a purpose to build you. So when you're struggling to get out that cocoon, go through it. So of everything that you're fighting through right now, of everything that you're going through, I don't know what it is. You know what it is. But that very thing is what's going to make you fly. That very thing is what's going to make you a better person, a follower of Jesus, a disciple of Jesus, and a better man of God, or perhaps woman of God if you're watching. Hit me up. Anyways. The struggle produces strength. The patience builds endurance. And the pressure forges purpose. The butterfly had to fight to fly. And so do you. So, endure your cocoon. Fight the good fight. Fight for righteousness. Submit to God. Be meek under God. And one day, you'll soar. Anyways, that's it for today.